Hey, what's up everyone? Pete the Guttural Monk here. This is going to be my last CD collection update video of the year. I do have a couple stragglers that I haven't gotten yet, so I'm going to do a kind of wrap-up video probably towards the end of January just to complete 2015 before we move on to 2016. Going to do a top 15 of 2015 as well. That'll probably be posted sometime next week. Yeah, so get things started. What we're listening to is Xenomorph. Imperial Regimes, kick-ass reissue that Dark Descent Records did a couple of years ago. First thing that I picked up, this is Untitled from False. This is out on Gilead Media right now. Comes in this really kind of oddball, misshapen digipack that I'm not really the biggest fan of. Poster inside that I'm not going to take out. CD in this kind of odd sleeve here as well. False is from Minnesota, I believe. They play a real kind of straightforward black metal, a little bit of atmosphere as well. Really fantastic album. They actually had an EP titled Untitled as well back in like 2012 or so. But this is the full length, 2015. Really good stuff from False. Next up, this is a cool cassette release. This is Askeregn. I think that's how you say it. I'm not really sure of the name of this album, but it's out on Tour de Garde. Cool cassette release. Comes on this awesome little gray silver cassette here. Really kind of cold, hateful black metal, real cavernous shit. Had the opportunity to pick it up on CD or cassette, but I wanted to own this album on cassette because I wanted to hear the hiss of the cassette player playing with the album. Next up, this is the brand new one from Hooded Menace. This is Darkness Drips Forth, released on I want to say Relapse Records. Back in October. Really kick-ass digipack. Hooded Menace, of course, are from Finland. This album is a really kind of fucking funeral doom direction for these guys. Super heavy, super fucking slow, sludgy shit. It's only 4 tracks, so the songs are really fucking long, really powerful, real heavy shit overall. Hooded Menace fucking kicks ass. Definitely check that album out. Next up is Utstott. This is Hjørungavågr. This is out on Celestial Oak Productions, owned by our own Sean Count Blagrath. Really kick-ass stuff. Lots of summoning worship going on here. Fucking long album. This is a commitment album, but I highly recommend listening to the whole thing in one shot rather than trying to pick a track and kind of separate it that way. Next up, this is Sivyj. I'm probably butchering that one. One-man atmospheric black metal from Russia. This album is called Burial Shrouds. Avant-garde music put this one out. Really kick-ass, fucking post-rock, very pretty atmospheric black metal. But when it gets harsh, it gets really fucking harsh. Awesome album. Love these guys. Love this guy. This project of his. Really killer stuff. Sorry I'm rushing through this. I gotta leave for work in a couple minutes, and this is the only time that I actually had to record this video. So next up, this is Krallice with Ygg Huur. Probably butchering that one as well. Another release from Avant-Garde Music. Krallice kind of dropped this one out of nowhere earlier this year. This is a different sound for them. It's not completely black metal focused like a couple of their past releases. This has a little bit more of like a sludge and almost metalcore kind of aura about it. But really kick-ass stuff. Technical as fuck. Fucking wizardry on the guitar and bass, obviously. But if you're not familiar with this album, or if you haven't checked out Krallice yet, this is definitely a good place to start. But like I said, it doesn't really give you the best representation of their overall discography. Anyway, this is the new one from Tyranny. Sorry about the glare there. It's a fucking dark cover. It's out now on Dark Descent Records. This is Aeons in Tectonic Interment. Fucking mouthful of an album title. But this is more kind of really slow, doomy, funeral death metal. Extremely heavy, like fucking vibrate the paint off the walls heavy. Awesome stuff though. Really crushing funeral doom album. Probably my favorite funeral doom album of the year so far. Next up is another one that I scored from Dark Descent Records. This is the newest one from Horrendous Anareta is, I believe how you pronounce this one. Fucking crushing progressive death metal with a little bit of thrash influence, a little bit of that old school flair as well. Nothing needs to be said about Horrendous in this video that hasn't been said before. Horrendous obviously kicks ass. This is their 3rd album in I think 4 years, maybe even 3 years. Amazing stuff, amazing band, one of the pioneers of American death metal, modern American death metal as we got it right now. So if you're not familiar with Horrendous, fucking do yourself a favor, check them out. Go all the way back to the Sweet Blasphemies demo, because that is an awesome piece of material that is totally worth your time. Next up is the new one from Kauan. Kauan is also from Russia. These guys, on this album at least, play a very, very folky, doom, post-rock kind of thing. This is another one that's kind of based off of that Detloff Pass incident that I told you guys about with the Ellersith LP that I showed a couple videos ago. This piece of music absolutely kicked ass. It's metal enough for me to consider it metal. It has some really fucking pretty parts, and then it just fucking crushes you. A beautiful interpretation of their version of the Detloff Pass incident. Really killer stuff. Kauan is a band that I need to get more of their back catalog in my collection, because every single album that I listen to from these guys I absolutely fall in love with. This is the second one that I own, but check this band out. I'm going to try to link it in the description. I'll try to hold this up there. Maybe you can read it on the side there. Sorni Nai is the name of this album. Probably not saying that correctly, but fucking amazing piece of music. Definitely check that out. Next up is the newest one from Ectovoid. This is Dark Abstraction. It's out right now on Hell Thrasher Productions. Really cool, kind of old school death metal. This actually has like a little blackened tinge to it as well. It's definitely not as straight up immolation worship as their previous full length was. But Ectovoid kicks a lot of ass, man. These guys are actually featured on the Four Doors to Death compilation or Split compilation that's going to be released on Unspeakable Acts, I think in January. So that's definitely one I'm going to be focusing on and featuring on this channel as well. Check out Ectovoid if you haven't. Next up is the second full length from Magic Circle. This is Journey Blind, out right now on $20 spin. Fucking amazing heavy metal album, doom metal, whatever you want to call it, but this is fucking awesome stuff. Their first full length is a fucking masterpiece as well. Unfortunately, it had such a short run that there's really no copies to be had, but I wish I could get my hands on that. Hopefully $20 spin will reissue that, but anyway, in the meantime, check out Journey Blind, check out Magic Circle. Fucking incredible album. Also from $20 spin, this is Vastum with Hole Below. Fucking depraved, fucking manic, fucking brutal death metal album from Vastum. Kind of a short CD, but I mean, it is absolutely fucking killer stuff. Vastum is, I think this is their third, possibly fourth full length, but I could be wrong about that. Really fucking disturbing, disgusting, awesome death metal. Out now on $20 spin as well. This is the newest EP from Cryptopsy. This is Tome 1, Book of the Suffering. Cryptopsy kind of goes back to their roots a little bit more so on this one. Fantastic, frantic, technical death metal. Obviously, these guys hail from Canada. This is, I think, the first of 3 EPs that they're going to be doing in what I can only assume is the same style. But I dig it. I dig the new Cryptopsy. I really do, man. And I'm a fucking diehard fan of their shit anyway, so it's one that I had to pick up. Speaking of being a diehard fan, this is the newest one from Abigail Williams. This is the Accuser. I gotta say, man, these guys really fucking gave it all with this album. It is really fucking spectacular. It's cold, it's heartless. It has such an air of just, like, I can't even think of the words to describe it right now. When they announced this album, they announced the new lineup and the new musicians that were going to be on this one. I was definitely excited, but the end result is something that's really fucking special. This is out right now on Candlelight. Brand new from Abigail Williams, The Accuser. Definitely check that one out if you have not already. Last one from 2015 releases that I have for you right now. This is the EP from Draugr. This is the Wretched Acetic. Not really sure what that means. These guys have a brand new full length out called With Hunger Undying. That is either just released or just about to be released. So I can't wait to hear that one. This is a cool little 3-song. This is a kind of like a progressive death metal, I guess you can call it. But rumor has it that on the full length they kind of changed their style up a little bit. But if you like old Opeth and you like a little bit of that kind of progressive nature about your death metal, then definitely check this EP out. These guys are from Australia. I have a feeling they're going to be one of the next big things in that genre, or in whatever genre they choose to be. Great production, great fucking songwriting, killer album. Now, to show you guys a couple reissues, I only have 3 today, and these are all from 1993, all reissued in 2015. First is Burial with Relinquished Souls. These guys were out of the Netherlands. Like I said, this came out in 1993 originally, reissued this year by Memento Mori. Burial plays that straight up kind of old school European death metal. Really kick-ass stuff. They actually included the Frigid Cold demo, which is cool because I had never heard that one before. Burial fucking kicks ass. Don't confuse them with the other 10,000 bands that are named Burial. These are the ones that you should definitely check out. So yeah, Relinquished Souls, really killer stuff. Next up, these guys were from Sweden. This is Morpheus, and again, don't confuse them with Morpheus from New York, but this is the Swedish Morpheus. This is Son of Hypnos. This was re-released by Dark Symphonies, so really awesome treatment on the reissue, as they always do. This album catches a lot of flack because of its kind of almost thin production value, but I think this is a really fucking cool, thrashy death metal album from '93 that is definitely worth your time. Diehards may pick it up, may not, but definitely check it out. I'm sure you could YouTube it. Really, really cool stuff to finally have in the collection. And last but not least on the reissues, this one I was really stoked about. I didn't even know that Dark Symphonies and the Crypt was actually reissuing this one. But this is the Caustic discography. So this is Malicious with the Caustic EP included as well. Cool little OBI strip on it. Really fucking cool, obscure thrash death metal from Switzerland. Again, the Malicious full length came out in 1993. Really like experimental stuff. There's like there's a ballad on this album that comes out of nowhere, but it's really well done. There's like some fucking kind of jungle bongo thing going on in the intro and the outro of the album, but Caustic is one of those kind of like obscure bands that I found kind of journeying through the internet one day, and figured I would never actually own one of their albums, and then bam, the Crypt fucking comes through and reissues a solid release. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's out literally right now. You can get it, darkdescent.com. The Crypt sells it as well. Fucking awesome stuff. That's all I got. Like I said, I wanted to rush through this one. Like I said, also, this is going to be my last collection update for 2015. I'm going to do a final kind of roundup in the very beginning of 2016, so just a couple weeks. But yeah, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for fucking listening to me fucking vomit about shit constantly. And yeah, man, cheers.